Okay, can y'all hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. I hope it is working. Let me know. Just say yes if you can hear me. And I know there's a little bit of a delay, so let me know if you can hear me. Just put yes. And thank y'all so much for being on here. Okay, so I'm going to take this hello sign. And oh, good, it's working. Sorry, I had a setting wrong. I'm going to take this whole sign. I know it's probably freaking some of y'all out. But I'm going to quickly paint over the entire sign. Because it has the etched in there, I should be able to see it once it dries here in a minute. So I'm just going to go right on top of it, and then I should be able to see it. And I'll let you know. If I don't see it, then I'm going to be freehanding hello, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. But for those of you that already know me, if you're new, if you're first time watching, let me know. But for those of you that already know me, basically I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties online, in person, and with art kits. And so when you type free, you're actually going to get access to a free class on September 13th. So you have to register. And I'm going to be teaching you how, like 3 easy ways to do paint parties online. So a lot of people have pivoted. And so while I'm painting today, I'm going to be talking to, oh, awesome. I'm about to order from Dollywood. Awesome. So if you, diverse woodworking, yes. If you're wanting to get this, this one right here, you can buy it. I can put my link in here. I'll just put it in the comments real quick. You can purchase that. Let me see if I can find it. And then you can do your own at home. So it comes with all of this stuff. So let me see if I can put it on here. Okay, let's see if it worked. Okay, let's see. There, it might have worked. And yes. Okay, so I just posted it on there. So if you want to look at the comments, you can grab it. And then let me see if there's another way. Yeah, it only lets me do it to some of them. Yeah, so you can grab it. I'll also do a post at the end. I'll make sure to put in the information where you can grab it. Okay, so I can already start seeing hello, and then I'm going to paint the fall. Let me go ahead and hit this with a quick blow dryer, and then we are going to talk just a minute as I'm painting the fall, a little bit about how many of y'all out there are like, you're thinking, who am I to make some money doing a door hanger or a canvas painting or an art kit? Like, how many of y'all out there have that imposter syndrome of that? Let me know if that's you. Just put yes, I feel like an imposter, or yes, sometimes I feel like, why me? Who am I? I want to see how many of y'all have that same feeling. Yeah, Christina says yes. Sherry says yes. Totally. Sheila, sometimes yes. Yes, Emma, totally get it. Lisa, yes. Nancy. Emma, who am I? Oh my gosh, I totally understand. Okay, so while this is kind of drying, I'm not going to worry too much about this being a little bit wet. Actually, I am, because I don't want all my fall colors to go on that. So this says hello. For those of you that were unsure if you were still going to be able to see the hello, that's the beauty. You don't have to try to paint around it. You can just go straight black or whatever color it is. So yeah, so a lot of people have that feeling of like, who am I? And I want to remind y'all, okay, so there's a difference between, I'm going to put this aside just for a second so it can dry. There's a difference between teaching fine art and doing something similar to what I'm doing right here. And I think what happens is we get a little confused and we think, well, if we're, don't have a fine art degree, how dare us try to paint, right? But if you look at this, this is not what fine artists, typically are painting and putting in their gallery, right? So what I want y'all to know is I want you to have that freedom to go, it's okay to still paint and do something fun, even though it might not be fine art. That's okay. And a lot of times people can paint something like this and you can actually sell them as either, one-offs, like commission one-offs, or you could sell them as a paint party or an art kit. Like there's so many possibilities. But when we get stuck in that, it's got to be, I'm not a real artist. You might be like this extreme crafter. One of my friends, we call her Crafty Allison because she makes ornaments every year. And I'm really sad because I don't think she's making her ornaments this year, and it's making me really sad. But she's really, really good at it, and she has like just such a talent at it. And so a lot of times, she might not look at herself as like an artist, but does that mean that she can't make money doing her crafts? Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. I know I don't think that's true. I know that's not true. I know for sure that's not true. I've always said forever, I've always said that, yes. And Dawn says, yes, need to supplement my teacher aid pay. Yeah, this is a great way to do that. And Stephanie says, I love painting wood signs with stencils and door hangers. I would love to be good at it like you ladies. Oh my gosh, it's all about practice. You don't have to be perfect at something when you first start it. Okay. And I think that's one of the things that people, they get in that feeling of like, oh, who am I? Well, I always, I love that quote by Marianne Williamson. She's like, well, who are you not to be? Like, you're a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. And, people who see you and, you inspire them. Now it kind of gives them permission to do what they want to do too. So it's almost like you owe it to yourself to be the person you're supposed to be. So I think a lot of times we're playing small because we're worried we're going to make somebody else feel uncomfortable, or we have that who do I think I am mentality. Or how many of y'all had, what if my neighbor or my high school friend sees me doing a Facebook Live? Oh my gosh, things like that. Hey Kari, I'm glad you're here. Oh my gosh, Vanessa from Massachusetts. Very cool. And, so a lot of times we have that almost like, who am I? Not just because we may not feel like we have the fine art degree or whatever, but we go to a place of, what if, one of my old high school buddies sees me doing a Facebook Live and they think, oh, who is she? What does she think she's doing? How many of y'all had that? I mean, I used to have that. I used to have that fear so long. So I want you to remember, we're not doing fine art. And that's not what it's about. It's fun art. And if it's making you have fun, why not? Why not? Yeah, Sheila says, I'm ready to retire, still want to make money and intermingle with others and have some fun. This is a great way to have some fun, intermingle with others. So if you type free and you get the link to sign up for that free class on Sunday night at 7 p.m. on September 13th, okay? Make sure you sign up because you have to register. This is, we have limited seating, so you have to register in advance. And because you're watching this video, this is the first time I have announced it. So you are getting in first, okay? So just make sure you signed up first, but make sure you set your alarm so that you can be ready for it. Okay, let me see real quick how y'all are doing. Oh, and for all of y'all that are sprinkling the love, make sure you put that in the comments because we like to go back and share. We like to sprinkle the love to y'all. So we like to select 1 or 2 people to do that and send some happy mail your way. Okay, and then as I'm letting this dry, I want to bring this up to you so you can see the letters, and I'll post where I got this if you want to buy your own to do it. The letters fall are starting to show through. So I can leave that there, and it comes with 4 different attachments. So I can just use these with Velcro to put onto my round sign in my door hanger. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do winter next just because we are fall and then we're going to go to winter. Okay, so let me find the correct blue I want to use. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Sprinkle in the love. I appreciate you. Let me find the right blue because when you're doing a winter painting, you gotta have the right blue. Does anybody know, like, there's like a winter blue, then there's like a summer blue. You know what I'm saying? So let me grab a good snow kind of blue. Because Laguna is more for like a beach, right? We want a good light snowy blue. Okay, so this one, I hope I have enough. It's called Aqua Sky, and I'm going to try to get all the way through there. Thank you, Johnny Sue. Thank you, Lynn. So I'm just going to do a dot on each one because I'm going to do the tops white, and I'm going to see if I can get this covered. And then in a second, you're going to see I'm going to add some like golds and metallics a little bit to there, but I want to try to get this blue in so it doesn't end up turning purple with all my red on here. Let's see if it's going to work. Yeah, that's the great thing about some laser cuts when you're doing your parties, when you're doing just anything like that. Like a lot of times on my canvas, and I don't know, let me know if y'all do that too, but I'll pre-trace my canvases so I have them ready. Okay, so I'm just quickly putting that on there because it's going to dry and then those letters will show right back up. Isn't that cool? How fun is that? You don't have to wait. You don't have to try to go in between each letter. That is just magic. That makes me so happy. Okay, so let me find some white to add to it. Oh, thank you, Karen. She said, sprinkled love, you are fantastic. Well, you are fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, make sure y'all hit, y'all type free if you want to be a part of that free training. And I don't know if y'all know me very well, but during free trainings, even during this, like Sprinkle in the Love, like we love to give away gifts here. We love to surprise people. I'm actually mailing out 6 gifts tomorrow. I mailed out 15 last week. So even during this workshop, which now I have black on there, even during this workshop, I'll be giving away free stuff the whole time. So so if you've never been around me, I really love to like spoil y'all and really like to spoil you and give you a chance at winning stuff. I would love to give all of y'all on here that are live something, but obviously that's a little unmanageable. But I do try to do my best. So if you have been a winner before, congratulations. And usually the group is very, very good about congratulating each other. So we usually have somebody on our team look and then reach out to one of y'all and they select somebody who, for example, put sprinkled the love. Just make sure you sprinkled the love. Honor system, people. Honor system. Don't say it if you don't do it, okay? That's not nice. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk about, and 2 things basically with, you know, that kind of imposter syndrome. And the second thing is goal setting. I don't know if y'all know this, and some of you may have heard me say this before, but it is mind-boggling every time I think about it. Did you know only 3%, the number 3% of people are writing down their goals? So when you think about that, 3%, that means that, you know, people who are writing down their goals, they're going to be more likely to make their goals happen, right? So if we're running around and only 3% of this world is even trying to write down their goals, you know, it says in the Bible, like, you know, with what's the Bible verse about people will perish, you know, if there's not a plan. I can't remember the exact verse, so please don't destroy me for that. But if somebody has that verse memorized, but something about people without a vision or a plan will not prosper or something like that. Anyway, it talks about that in the Bible a lot about, you know, having plans, having goals. And I'm a huge believer in writing your goals down, but not only writing your goals down, I'm going to use some black, but specifically asking for what you want. So I keep a journal, and oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Tina. She says, love your uplifting outlook and attitude. Jen says, where there is no plan, the people will perish. Thank you, Jen. I couldn't remember it off the top of my head. But I'm a big believer, and it says it in the Bible several times about asking. And so I encourage, all of you to have a journal. So how many of you praying girls out there, you get ready to pray and then your brain goes to, oh, did I unload the dishwasher? Oh, did I do this? Oh, I forgot to remind Pixie of this, or I forgot to do that, right? Like our brain goes all over the place. And so I got into a habit now of I write to God. So I got a journal that I really liked, and it has a zipper so I can zip it up, and it feels like nobody's going to read it. It's just between me and God. And then what I do is I write, oh, good. Deborah got it too. Proverbs 29:18, where there's no vision, the people will perish. Good. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Oh, awesome. Yeah. So the thing about that is like, what I do now so that I don't get distracted and think about 400 things is I write. It's just, honestly, it's my journal between me and God about the things I hope for in life and about gratitude. So here's the second thing about, this imposter syndrome. I, never in a million years would have thought I would be where I'm at right now. And so when I say that, for those of y'all that don't know, I literally lived in a trailer before with snakes. And for those of you that have heard my trailer snake stories, you know what I'm talking about. But a water moccasin had come at my head one time. There was a giant 5-foot snake on my bathtub. Like, we lived right by this river and just had all of these, crazy, this really, really beat up trailer that was like should not have been lived in. It was right after me and Bobby first got married. It was like our second year of marriage. And so when I look at where our life is today and all the things that he's led me to and all of these, so-called accomplishments or whatever you want to say, I know for a matter of a fact that, God's what's helped me through it. And so whenever I go to write, this journal is not for anybody else. It's only for me and writing to God. And it's about writing my, not only gratitude, but my wild, crazy, out of the box dreams for this business, for Texas Art and Soul, and for my life, and for my daughter's life, and for my husband, and the things I'm grateful for, the things I'm scared to death of, the things that I'm asking for. And so when I do that journal, not only am I one of the 3% that are writing down my goals, and I need a path, right? We need to know where we're going. I'm also able to, collaborate. I'm letting God know, which he already does know, but I'm involving him in this business. And I think that is so, so important. So again, wherever you are, whatever you believe, again, some of y'all may not be in a praying girl like me, and that's totally fine. But for my business, I just still strongly advise you to write down your goals, regardless of what faith you are, religion, whatever that is. If 3% of people are only writing down their goals, think of what you can accomplish in the next year if you just know where you want to go, because you are literally writing it out. Sandy says, do you like snakes today? Sandy, that's a great question. I am not a big snake person ever. I used to have a deathly fear of them. But I've come to terms with, they're not trying to get me. They're not out to get me. I was just literally in a really crappy trailer parked on a river where there were tons of snakes. So a very crazy story is when we moved. So again, this is going to age me. Me and my husband have been married 23 years. So when we moved to Florida. And I was like, I just got to get out of this place. I mean, we had found so many snakes in that house. I found, and poisonous ones too, not just like the normal snakes, like freaking poisonous snakes. And so I had a watermark skin come out of a cabinet at my head. I had a copperhead. I know you're thinking, those of y'all that are new to me, I just want to say you're getting probably more information than you want to ever know about me. Let me know if you want me to continue the snake story. If you don't, I will not continue because I don't want to bore y'all. I'm going to wait a minute because I know there's a delay. Let's see if y'all are interested in what happened in this snake story, or if I should totally just not keep talking about that. Tiffany says, I love snakes. I have two. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely not at that level yet. Definitely. And I don't know if I ever will be, but I'm more calm about them. Oh my gosh, Janelle. Oh, they're everywhere now. Oh, okay. Y'all want to hear it. Okay. So, yeah, we had a copperhead under our sink. We had just so many snakes. Well, so me and my husband, we had a heated water bed. Okay. We were first married. We've been married like a year and a half. We had this heated water bed that somebody had given us. And, I'm like embarrassed to tell it. And so, I'm telling you, we were there about 2.5 years. So there were lots of snakes, lots of scary stuff that happened. And then, we got ready to move, and the snake that was on my bathtub whenever I walked in was like 4.5, 5 foot long. It scared the crap out of me. Every time I saw a snake, I would move out of my house for at least 2 weeks, guaranteed. Like I'd go move in with my mom or somebody's house. I could not be at the house. So I'd move out. Bobby would make sure there were no more snakes, and then he'd tell me it was safe to come back, and then I'd move back. Well, on this occasion, so we were getting ready to move, and he did not tell me this for years later. So for those of y'all that know, we moved to Florida for almost 10 years. Well, he didn't tell me this for like several years later, but he said that when they moved the heated waterbed, oh, I hate this part. He said, oh my gosh, this makes me like want to freak out. He said that there was like a 2 or 3 foot long snake skin under that heated waterbed. So not only, and I still to this day sleep with a heated blanket, even if I travel to Florida, anywhere, I bring a travel heated blanket because I'm always cold. And he didn't tell me that for years. So can you imagine, like, as I was sleeping, oh, there were snakes under my bed. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, oh, I'm just, so thankful. That was really, during that time, that was really the first time we had started consistently going to church. And man, I think God knew I was going to need it because we were at church all the time. And I think that's what got me through living there, was just praying and praying and praying that I wasn't going to get bit or hurt. But yeah, it was crazy. So now I'm at this stage where like, I don't like them. I don't want to be around them, obviously, but I'm not like deathly afraid like I used to be. Oh my gosh, deathly afraid. And then one time, I'll tell y'all one more. Y'all can know the full thing as I do this. Yes, Janelle, I remember. Yeah, it was awful. So one time, I don't know why, but I was so I worked at a bank. I was in Texas again. It was before I moved to Florida. We were at the trailer, and I worked at a bank. Well, for some reason, again, being newly married, and I was like, oh, I'll go out and pick up some sticks in the yard in my bank clothes. I don't know what I was thinking. And so I go to like pick up some sticks thinking, well, I'm going to try to make the backyard right in front of the Snake River look okay. And then all of a sudden, there was, sorry, not sure what was happening, was listening to your story about snakes. I know, I'm so sorry. I should really just be talking about this. So I'm just going to talk about hello. I'm just painting hello. Thought I'd share a little crazy background story about me. Let me get a drink. Let me know if you are still interested. Shirley, have some in my throat. I usually don't talk about snakes. I promise. I promise. I can't even believe I'm sharing all this. Maybe it's the coffee. What I'm trying to get at is, number one, remember it's not fine art. And number two, goals, write them down. It's important to write them down because you want to make sure wherever you're going in life, you want to make sure you know where you're going. Again, 3% of people are writing down their goals. And if you're not one of those 3%, you're pretty much just letting life take you where you want it to go. And I can tell you from, all the way back in my snake trailers, stories to where I'm at now. I think a lot of, obviously God and him directing me, and then also, writing that journal and having gratitude. And of course, making sure, I'm asking for it. I'm writing to God, asking for it, saying all of that stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all want to know? Y'all want to know the rest? Okay, anybody that wants to know where I got the blank, I'm posting it. And if it's not working, hopefully it'll work on there. If it's not working, then I'll post it after. Oh my gosh, yeah. So she had a snake under her. Oh, Dusty. Oh, I feel for you. Yeah, we had a copperhead under our sink too. It was awful. So yeah, so then I was supposed to go to my job at the bank, and I thought, well, let me, I have like an hour. Let me go ahead and pick up some sticks. Why not? I'm in bank clothes. Why would I decide to do that? Because I was like 19 years old, and that's what you do. You make, stupid decisions. So I'm out there thinking, oh, I'll pick up some sticks. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, that is not a stick. Of course it's not. It's a freaking snake. And so I grabbed the shotgun and I was going to go shoot it because I'm in Texas and we have shotguns out in the country. And so I call my neighbor who's at home, and she's, several acres away. And so she comes over and she goes, no, let's not shoot it just in case it goes away. We need to make sure we can, get this because we don't want it again going into your house. So all of you who love snakes right now, I just really, really want you. Oh, if you need a password for doing that, put Texas Heidi if you're ordering this right here. So anyway, so it just, I don't know. It's for those of you that love snakes, I'm so sorry because we had so many in our house that when I saw a snake, it meant it needs to die. I know better now, so please don't destroy me on this Facebook Live. I know not all snakes are bad snakes. I know not all snakes, unless they're in your bed, need to be killed. I know that now, but back then in my 20s, I didn't. I just saw a snake. I saw it's going to kill me, and that's how I felt. And so, so she ends up going, no, let's get like a shovel and we'll try to, get it. So here I am literally on, a picnic table in my bank clothes where I had, I was ready to go to work, and she has me, and this is again, a 19-year-old Heidi who is deathly terrified of snakes. And she says, if you grab the shovel and you just, get it on its head. And so she ended up grabbing it and doing that. Well, then she tells me to hold it while she finds something to like try to like, the shears to get his head off. I know this is so gruesome. So anyway, this story's turning gruesome. So anyway, so here I am on top of this picnic table, and I did not think about it. The snake is like 3 foot long, and it's flapping and flying, and I'm just holding the shovel, and my head's turned, and I'm crying and crying and crying. And I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. And I'm just freaking out. And then, of course, we don't have any good tools at that time in our life. And so the stuff was not even cutting it. Like it was like a 30-minute process. And I was crying and screaming, and she's trying to like help me get through it. And I was like, this is it. We're moving to Florida. Like, we got to get out of here. And then we moved to Florida, and it's like, there's a lot of snakes there too. A lot of snakes they're everywhere. So it was definitely intense. So yeah, I did not mean to get totally off on that. Oh my gosh. Allison says, I had a 10-foot python and a 6-foot retail bow. Oh my gosh. I would totally freak out. And the password is Texas Heidi. Try it in all caps. Yeah, Texas Heidi in all caps. And so what I wanted to bring that back to again, and so sorry I overshared, is that you've got to be able to write down your goals. So if you don't know where you're going, you're just literally letting life take you. And you're probably wondering, like, why am I not accomplishing the things I want to accomplish? So whenever you type free, and whenever you get into that section, you're going to get, I want to dry this for just a second because I don't want it to ruin the back of this. Whenever you type free and you get into that, it's going to send you a Facebook link, like a Facebook message, like an Autobot. And in that Autobot, you'll be able to sign up for that free class. And it's going to teach you a lot of stuff on how to do like an online paint party. Okay, so let me look and make sure. Yeah, if you want to actually buy the sign, not painted, but actually paint it yourself, I put the link in there and you can do it. Oh my gosh, Tammy says, I'm in Ohio and we left a window open, shut it before I went to bed. In the morning, there was a 6-foot rat snake in my bathtub that spent the night with me in my bedroom. And she let it out her window. Oh, that gives me the chills. Oh my gosh. Oh, Tree, thank you. She says, you never get off course. Somebody needed to hear you. Yeah, I have not really shared a lot of my snake stories because I know it's a very, very awkward situation. And a lot of, there's a lot that I have shared openly on here with y'all, and y'all know I do share a lot, but there's a lot of my life that's still very, not secretive, just hasn't been exposed to the world yet. So when I do share a new story like that, I sometimes get a little nervous because I think, especially if people are new to me, they don't understand sometimes my intentions. For example, if you're a huge snake lover, you're probably hating my guts right now. But I do know the value of a snake now. And I do know there's lots of reasons why they should exist. And I don't have such a strong hate like I used to in the past. And it really stemmed from my one of my brothers. I have 3. He would take grass snakes and throw them on me when I was little. And I think that's why it freaked me out so much, because I had snakes thrown on me. And I love that brother. Oh, I love all 3 of my brothers, but I definitely, no hard feelings towards him. But yeah, he gave me a fear, all right. I'm just blow drying the bag, so when I set this down, it doesn't ruin. Okay, so there are 2 more pieces that go to this. But basically all you would do is put Velcro, and then you can put, a couple of holes here, a really pretty bow, and then literally Velcro it, put the next one down, and then, use your Velcro. You'll have the next one down, which would be spring. Use your Velcro, have the next one down, and be summer. Okay, so it comes with all 4 sets, so you can actually go ahead and paint them all. But I wanted to show you especially the fall and winter one, just because it's that time, and then how you could paint right over it and it literally still show your lettering. So let me know in the comments if you like this project. Let's see. Dusty says, I just started watching you paint the last couple days. I love the live feeds I've seen. Your wood paintings are beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. And again, for those of you that are new to me, this was kind of a weird live. Because I've not shared that story. I think I've shared a part of that story. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to come on here with this girl, she's going to talk about freaking snakes. That is not usually what I'm talking about. So just to recap, if you want to order this, I'm not the one I painted, but your own that you can paint yourself with all 4. I'll make sure interested in our September 13th training. Again, limited seating. I'm going to be teaching you 3 simple ways to start teaching online paint parties or doing online type crafts. And I would love for you to be a part of that, but you have to register. So make sure you put type free. It can be FREE, capital free, however you do it, but just make sure it's done only as free. And then you're going to get a message from me, and then you immediately click on that message, and then you put your name and email to register for it. And then what I would recommend is go ahead and put it on your calendar right now, because we do have limited seating. So when we did a training similar like this in May, we actually had all of our seats took up, and then we couldn't get everybody in. So a lot of people missed it and they had to watch the replay. So make sure you get there early. Make sure you set your alarms, do all of that fun stuff. Jet, no, you don't have to. If you're in Paint Pretty headquarters, you do not have to register for it. I can put the link in there, but you already have so much in Paint Pretty headquarters, you won't need it. Okay, so how do you order this? If you're wanting to order this to do it yourself, there's a link for you to order it. And then for the password, just put in Texas Heidi, all caps, okay? All right, and again, my name is Heidi Easley. For those that are new to me, I own Texas Art and Soul, and I teach women how to make money teaching crafts, paint parties, online paint parties, art kits, things of that nature. So I would love if you would follow me and check out some more of my stuff. So hope y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.